Hey guys, XJ9 here, and today's gonna be a video about the Phantom Guardian conjure, and it's just about what I think about it. I tested an hour of the Hard Mode Sanctum with it, and I just want to say my thoughts. So overall, the conjure at worst, like I said in my comment, it's this 5% damage reduction to the core damage types. I don't think it works on typeless damage or like hard typeless or soft typeless. I don't think it does, just based off the wording, because Jagex says it reduces damage by 5%, um, based, off the core damage type. So I'm assuming not soft typeless, which is kind of nice because it means that you can't just like at Zamorak. I don't think it'll work on his barrage of attacks he does after the big blast, and the big blast included on part 7. So um that's nice. So I like they put a little restriction on it. What else about it? The AoE part. So I will say right off the bat, it doesn't do a lot of damage. Even with max stacks, like having the conjure up for 25 minutes at a boss like the Sanctum, it's only like a 6,000 to 8,000 damage hit. It's very, and that's even with Equilibrium Aura. It's very small, and it's honestly not even worth using because it doesn't give you adrenaline. Like, sure, it's free, but like, would you rather use a basic attack enhanced? Would you rather use a touch of death and get stacks of necrosis, or soul sap? Because soul sap is essentially deal. I mean, I don't have prayers on stuff. I mean, does this change with prayers? 2, 3, 4, 4. If I put on prayers, does it change? I don't know if it does, but it's essentially a like a 7k damage hit, if you like 7 to 8k plus damage hit, if not more, because you're going to be using volley. Like, that's how much damage soul sap is. Like, every attack here, like even a basic, if you weave in autos with your knife 5, they're like an 8k. So like, why would you do an 8k with the Phantom Guardian when you can just do an 8k with any other skill that necromancy has? I will say that let's go to dummies, I guess. I will say that the fact that it does so little damage with the active kind of makes me optimistic that they're maybe already dabbling into nerfing necromancy. I probably wouldn't get my hopes up. I'm probably just being overly optimistic as usual. But the fact that, it doesn't do that much damage, like Sight doesn't do much damage either, because if you like attack, like look at this, 2.4k for 10% Dren. The second site is pretty good. 20% Dren for 6k is okay. Then this one usually sucks ass. Like 7.3k for 30% Dren. That's ass. But like, Scythe is actually a relatively balanced ability, especially against single targets, because it's meant for multi. Like, Scythe is an ability you can tell they actually balance around, like, the conjures. Everything else is just a little bit too strong. And if you again we conjure the guy to attack, it's just a 1.3k. It's an 8k even with max stacks. How much damage does a zombie do if it explodes? Like a 10k or something? Yeah, like 10k. Not even zombies better than that, but you do lose it. But it's just like, you would want to cast it towards the end of a rotation because bosses don't really auto you that fast. It does have implications, like what if you sept everyone, or get hit by, like, say I'm doing Ripper Demons, right? Maybe you can spam, like, say you aggro a bunch of Ripper Demons because it's AoE. You can well, you can't actually really spam it. It's because there is a cooldown. There is a cooldown on it. Oh, that's cool. So interesting. I didn't even know you could do that. So if you saw that, you could actually. Oh my. Oh, I wonder if this has any implications either. You could actually stall the ability, but I don't think that really matters too much. It depends how long you can stall it for. So like, let's just say I summon him. I do my split soul, and like, how long does it go for? Quite a while. So then you can go attack the boss, and then he blows up. Like, it's such a small hit. I also like the 4 XJ9. I think that's a really cool touch to it. I also like the sound he makes when he walks and runs. Come on. Come on. You can kind of... Let me mute the music. I like that sound. I think thematically, he's very cool. He's very cute. I like he says 4x Giant. I really wonder if there's any implications to stalling this ability. I don't think so, because, but like, I think that's more of a usability thing. Like you can use it, like say you're doing AOD pillars or something. Again, it's not like it's a bad special. Like an 8K hit at max stacks isn't bad, but again, why would you do that when you know like, oh look, it's just doing a death card special, 12K. Oh, it was free too. Or let's do a do this special, or let's do a bloat that does like a 4K and then does a 1K every 10 times or something like that. So 14,000 damage. So I just do hope that they actually do nerf necromancy, because these should only be doing like 2Ks. 5.5K. Honestly, that should be like a 5K or like a 4.8. Um, yeah, I mean, this is kind of like I know, a little bit like a funny video, but overall, I would just say ignore even casting the passive. Maybe it's useful for Slayer, but even then, you have Scythe. Like, I think it's probably more useful for Slayer than anything, because it's AoE, which is kind of nice. So, yeah, it's probably honestly more of a Slayer thing. Because since you have so many things attacking you, like Abyssal Hounds, if you have like your 8th or 7th or 8th ability, it'll probably do 8K AoE, which is not bad. So, I think the special is really just for Slayer, where you're just AFKing. Like, if you're doing combat, like Solak's arms and legs, like you wouldn't. You have touch of death for that. Like maybe you could do it for Solak's legs if it reaches both. Again, it's like it's not too crazy, but it does have me be optimistic. So overall, I don't know. It does make bossing easier, because I will say I would have died once, but it saved me. I live with like 100 HP, but 5% damage reduction means I didn't take as much damage as I should have, and I actually lived. So yeah, it is just power creep for the sake of power creep. But again, I would like, again, a world where one necromancer is good at taking a team, lower necromancy damage to 30%, and overall the damage would be the same because other styles are benefiting from the ghost. But a lot of people don't like that. There was actually posts on like the RuneScape Reddit, like the conjure should be doing auto damage. The conjure 5% damage reduction is shit. It's like it's again, it's kind of crazy. It's in gaming, anything that has to do with defensive is always underappreciated or underused, especially passives. And also percentages, percentages like Blade of the Rune came back in the day. People used to see 10%, 8% damage. They used to say it's shit. It's like, what are you talking about? So it's just one of those things that are underappreciated, because it's masculine to like damage and feminine or something to be defensive. I don't know. It's something weird with like the human brain or something, with like, I don't know, males or something. So yeah, that's it. Really, just pretend it doesn't exist. Just put it on your conjure all and enjoy 5% damage reduction. Honestly, I would not even bother using this in PVMing. I think it's probably good for Slayer. Probably makes Raziel a bit better to AFK. I don't think this active's useful for Raziel though. So yeah, that's it. How would I say? I hope Necromancy gets nerfed. That's the whole theme of the channel, guys. Necromancy needs to get nerfed. That's the whole theme.